Hey everybody, welcome to Start a List with Carol and Stacy. I'm Stacy,
And I am Carol.
and we are so excited that you guys are joining us this week. How has your week been?
Pretty good. Been busy running errands, checking stuff off my list. I know you've
Same.
been doing the same thing, trying to,
Yep.
I don't know. Now I got to think about spring cleaning because I saw all this cleaning stuff for sale at the grocery. I'm like,
Well, I kind of wasted the beginning of the week because my dog has been sick, as you know. And so one whole day was wiped out because I'd been with her at the emergency vet late the night before.
ugh.
So I'm kind of behind on what I wanted to accomplish this week, but I'm busy tomorrow. I have lots of errands and stuff, but next on my list is to clean out my closet. There's so much stuff. Oh, I gotta make room so when you and I shop next week, when we go out of
Yes,
town, I have
we
room for
are.
some new stuff.
Yes, y'all need to tune in next week for a very special, I don't know, just
Episode.
special episode. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well, so speaking of episodes, a couple weeks ago, we did a really fun episode about just different childhood memories and things. And we got a lot
Yes.
of feedback on that episode, and people loved it. And
Mhm.
there were even a few requests, like people brought up some things that jarred more memories of us.
And they also shared some of their memories, and that was very fun. We
Yes.
got to hear about some of your childhood favorite toys, and somebody said something about they had Atari tournaments or something.
Mm-hmm. Somebody left us
Like
a
in the
fan mail
neighborhood.
that they had neighborhood Atari tournaments. I thought, oh, that sounds fun. So
Yeah.
we consider this part two
Yeah.
of it, just different childhood memories and different things. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to hope to bring back some fond memories.
Of course, we want to center it around food as usual.
Of
One of
course.
one of my first thoughts was we were talking about what are we going to talk about, and I said, "Oh, one of my fondest childhood memories." And funny that we ended up being teachers for 100 years, so we've spent quite a bit of time in the school cafeteria,
Ugh.
not only as a child but then as an educator. But I just remember at my elementary school, they would make homemade bread, and
Wow.
it literally would run you out of the building. And it was probably on grilled cheese day. They would make these, I guess it was like a ciabatta or something.
You must have
Bun.
gone to a fancy school, but
Not at all. Trust me. It was so old, there was a picture of Roosevelt in front of it. I'm telling you, it was not fancy.
I don't
Anyway,
remember if they did. I don't know. I didn't buy my lunch a lot, so I can't remember like if they did that kind of stuff. Like
well,
homemade. I'm sure they did.
this one, they would do a cheese sandwich and chili. And that was my favorite day because I knew when we were having it because I could smell it coming from the
Hence,
rafters.
your
It
love
was
of food started with the grilled cheese and
so
chili at
good.
school.
Yes. It was delicious. And
I
I
don't
just
think I ever bought
remember,
my lunch much of this. Was like pizza day or something.
yeah. And I'm sad to say the pizza was the same pizza they're serving today. The flat square. I
Yeah.
think it's got ketchup on it.
I
Not
didn't
sure.
hate it. I thought it was okay.
Well, yeah, we were kids. That reminds me of those fundraiser pizzas that
Oh
we would
yeah.
sell. I forgot what was the brand, like Tony's or
I have no idea.
Pepe's?
I don't think we ever sold pizzas, but we sold summer sausage and cheese in middle school.
Yum.
Oh no. That must have been a big thing back in the early 80s. Who knows? That's
I
funny.
don't know. At least if you sold something to eat, you knew people were going to use it.
Now, when I first started teaching, this isn't a childhood memory, but the cafeterias would make like salads for teachers and stuff. Do you remember
I
that?
remember that, and we paid $1.25 for them. And they also charged more for the teacher's plate than the children's plate, but you got the
Mhm.
same amount. And I
Yeah.
was always like,
So when I was in elementary school, I didn't, like I said, I didn't buy my lunch a lot. And I think we talked about this. We had milk break every day, which I guess now would be called snack. But you legit
same.
paid like a nickel or something. And at our school, one or two people, whoever got the
Yep.
lucky pick, went and
Yep.
picked up a legit crate filled with the little cartons of milk and brought them back to the classroom. And we would drink our little, pay our nickel or whatever it cost.
And it
And
was a
we would
big
have a milk
deal.
break.
It was a big deal too. I
Yes,
guess we
I
needed a
loved it.
shot of protein in the afternoons to
I was like,
get
"Mom,
through
it's
the rest of the
early."
day. I
Listen,
don't know.
they don't
I
have
don't
milk
know.
break anymore, but you can bring your giant water container.
Yeah, you can bring your gallon
But
of.
it was fun. I looked forward to it. It was chocolate milk too, I'm sure.
No, we did not have chocolate milk. That's what I was about to
Oh,
say.
did we not?
Ours was white milk only,
I
and
wonder.
and it was
Now
in
I
the
can't
red.
remember.
It was in the red Purity carton because Purities are from
Okay,
right
it was
here
whole
in
milk
Nashville.
then.
Whole milk, and probably had 20 sugars in it. And we wouldn't get the milk crate, but it did take two people. And I
Yeah.
was always so excited when my job of the week was to go get the milk because those fiberglass trays.
Yeah.
We would go and we'd count out the 18 or the however
Yeah.
many children were in the
Yeah.
classroom.
It
And
was a
we
very important job.
and we had to carry it, every now and then we drop a couple and we just pick them right back up and keep going.
Anybody I went to elementary school is listening to this. Did we have chocolate milk at milk break? Because now I don't know.
I know for sure that we did not because the first time I saw a chocolate milk was in middle school and I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I thought, okay,
Huh.
this is cool,
I don't know why. The main thing sticks out with me is I'd pull a coin out of my pocket and I'd get to have milk break.
Well, I don't know how they took your money or whatever, but we had meal tickets. And I can vividly remember it was a blue strip, probably like I don't know. Anyway, blue strip of tag board or something like that. And it was perforated and it would say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way. And they would rip it off. And
Interesting.
I don't know how those didn't get torn off.
Okay, so I
worse.
do have a memory of this. And the few times I went through the line at lunch, our tickets, we also had tickets, but they looked like a business card and they were white. I don't know if they had our name handwritten on them, but the lady there would be a stack of them and they'd be, what are they called? A clip. Paper clip together.
Oh yeah.
And it was probably somebody's job to pass them out to everybody, right? The cafeteria lady kept the class, she'd have them and then she'd find your teacher's name and then she'd hand the stack of lunch tickets and then whoever would pass them out. And then you'd hand it to her and she had a hole punch and she'd for the day and you'd get your punch.
Wow.
Well, I don't have any recollection, like how did they know if you paid for it or
Mhm.
I have no idea how all that went, I'm sure.
I do remember the poor women working there were not always in the best moods, and I understand why now because
they were kind of scary back in the day. I thought they were scary.
Well, they were not very happy. I mean, now I know why because I got up at 2:30 to get there
to make
I
our
don't know
pizzas,
making homemade bread. They were probably up in there at 4:00, but I just remember we would tear off our little whatever day it was, and it was just a neat thing.
You got like food back then, like now they just sell extra junk, but like you would get like your main meal, your milk, a vegetable, and you always got a little dessert. And they'd make these little yellow cakes with the chocolate icing. Did you ever get one of those?
Yeah. No, but we had pineapple upside down cake.
Oh,
and I remember loving it.
I didn't love that, but yeah, but you got a dessert every day with it. They don't do that anymore because I guess it's not healthy.
And a roll, an actual
roll, yeah. You get like I remember it being a little more like yummy and more things when I did buy it a few times. I was a lunchbox girl.
Yeah, I did take my lunchbox now. Don't get me wrong. I still have my lunchbox. It's a Raggedy Ann and Andy. Thank you very much.
I mean, y'all, we used to throw our lunch in a metal container that would be rusted.
It's metal. It was an Aladdin from right here in good old Nashville. And I think my mom would put high C punch in my thermos. And yeah, I usually had a cheese sandwich and some Cheetos and punch, and
My mom
thus
put Kool-Aid in my thermos. You remember you turned the little lid and had like a little cup, it had a handle, you could sip out of the
yeah,
little
you
cups.
use the lid as your cup.
Uh-huh.
It was
I
super.
usually had Kool-Aid. Probably had a peanut butter sandwich, probably a cheese sandwich. I don't remember what else, but
Bologna. I ate
I don't
bologna. I
remember if I ate
loved
much
it.
bologna, but yeah, I had a Snoopy lunchbox when I started kindergarten that looked like it was plastic. I have a picture of it. I wish I'd kept it.
Cute.
Yeah, it was so
I
cute.
actually got my actual lunchbox because I'm a hoarder and I keep everything.
Well,
But
so
I just remember the thing that confused me the most was on pizza day. Somebody thought it was a good idea to serve corn with it, and I don't get
oh yeah,
that. I don't know why.
Lord, they did that for years. I mean, I think when we were
Why?
teaching, you were getting corn with your
We
pizza.
were, but why? Somebody explain that to
I've
me.
never had corn at home when I ate pizza. Have you? Hold on, guys. Let
No.
me fix a can of corn to go with our pizza.
I mean, Pizza Hut doesn't sell it, nor do Domino's or any of those places. Like, who came up with that?
I don't
Somebody
know.
write to us and let us know, because it
Somebody from
confused
the
me.
State Department that comes up with the meals for school
I think
lunches.
my mother never served corn ever with pizza. I don't get it, but we had it, yeah. And then
That's funny.
Taco Day, I would get it if it was on Taco Day, but like Taco Day came with something crazy like broccoli. I don't remember,
Oh, me.
but anyway,
That's
yeah, the
funny.
milk break was a big deal if you
Yeah.
got milk, if you were the milk break person.
Did you guys have in elementary school field day, but it wasn't like what field day is now? Do you know? Did you guys do it was like a whole
Yes,
school event?
it was like the elementary Olympics of the
Yes.
world. And oh, be still my heart. I actually have my little blue ribbon and it has my elementary on it.
I have a blue ribbon, and let me tell you, I wasn't real athletic as a kid. Okay,
well, you're
I
gonna
always
die when I tell you what I wanted
well,
in.
what I
You
want to
go
hear
ahead.
go because
It's
I have the one and only blue ribbon from field day I ever won too.
now granted, I had come a long way once middle school hit, because I did play three
Yeah.
sports in middle and high school. But now in elementary school, I guess I was warming up my arms because I won it in the frisbee throw.
That's fine.
I don't get it. Like, what? But I remember my dad, we got in
Was
the
it
front
who could
yard.
throw it the farthest, or were you aiming for
Yes.
something?
Yeah, no, it was distance. And I literally practiced in the front yard with my dad. And I know he would come home from
Oh.
work exhausted and I'd be like, come on, we gotta go practice frisbee.
I need to talk to somebody because okay, so my elementary school is no longer even standing, okay? But
Neither is mine.
it was the original Mount Juliet High School back in the day. And so we had a huge field out back that probably at one point had been like a football field, right? So
Right.
that's where you would gather for field day. And I can remember like each class would wear a certain colored t-shirt, right? That was your
Yes.
color for the day. And you would do this. It would last all day long. I felt like we all brought
All day.
lunches. We stayed outside. There were organized races. It wasn't like field day now where you just go from activity to activity.
Yeah.
And I have no memory of participating in any field day race except this one. And it was first grade, I believe. And there was
Mhm.
I was always kind of tall-ish for my age. And there was another girl who went on to play basketball in high school, Tiffany Searcy. She's still in the area. We were both probably two of the taller gals. We got paired together to do the three-legged race.
I remember
And
that.
she was very athletic, and we laugh about this. I saw her at our class reunion. Like, I'm pretty sure I was flying behind her. Our legs were tied together, and she took off, and we won first place. But I give her
She dragged
100%
you.
of the credit because I was probably just flying behind her. It's the only time I've ever won any kind of athletic race or anything. But we laugh, and
So
I'm like,
funny.
You know you were dragging me behind you, but we won, and I have a ribbon for it. So
That is hilarious. Well, it's better than the frisbee throw. I mean, how non-athletic can you get? I
yeah,
mean,
but you
come
won.
on.
So all that practice paid
Well,
off.
that reminds me of the one of my favorite races was the spoon and the
Ugh,
egg.
I was
You would
terrible
take
at
a
that.
literal soup spoon or a wooden spoon, you
Hmm.
put an egg in it and run to the other end and give it to your partner, I think, and then they would have
And
to
you
run
couldn't
back.
drop it.
Well, if you did and it broke, you were just out. Yeah.
Now this, I never participated in this because I feel like older kids did this, but we didn't do this my entire elementary career. But I can remember we had May Day, and like the older grade got to dance around a pole holding the ribbons. Do you remember May
The
Day?
maypole. No,
Yes.
if we did it, I don't remember it.
I never got to, I think my mom has pictures of it because we dressed up in these like costumes. I don't know what we were
Mhm.
doing. And we went to May
I thought
Day
you were
and
going to a cakewalk.
we went to, okay, now that just made me think of something. Cakewalk. Girl, I love a cakewalk. Now,
I do too.
these aren't a thing anymore, you guys. And so where I went to elementary school, every year they had a
I
huge craft
know.
fair.
I know. We did too.
Oh, and let me tell you, it was the best Saturday of the year because
We had
you would just,
we called ours a carnival,
ours
but
was
it
a
was basically that.
craft fair. My mom and dad used to go to craft fairs. My dad has always done woodworking, and my granny and mom
Mm.
always crafted. And y'all, craft fairs were like it on a stick back in the day. Okay.
Yeah,
Like it was
for sure.
a fun activity. It didn't cost anything. There would be food, but there was always a cakewalk, and
Yeah.
you could win entire cakes.
Yeah. If you landed on the right number, they would say, okay, the winner's
Oh, I
number
loved a
7. And you're like,
cakewalk.
"Woo, I know.
And you'd come back with your whole cake that y'all, somebody had made it in their kitchen. Lord only knows where it came from, right? Like, but back then
Yeah.
that's what we
And
did.
what did you do with it? Stick it in your trunk until the day
Well,
was over?
so when my parents did craft fairs, I mean, we would go the night before and set up. So of course, especially when it was at my elementary school, I thought it was cool because I was in the school in the
Oh, yeah.
evening, like,
Yeah. Did you
and
ever run up and down the
probably,
hall?
I'm sure. And then they would set up, and then of course Saturday it was an all day affair, right? And it was what
Oh,
people
yeah.
did. We didn't have as much stuff to do now, so people came out. I mean, it was a fundraiser for the school. We would get mom and dad would have their booth and sell their crafts, and I'm sure me and my sister, we just ran amok at the school because back then nobody was going to steal you, okay, at your elementary school.
No.
And people would have there would be, snack board stuff. And I'd go look at all the little cutesy craft things I wanted to go ask my mom, could I buy? And you would play games and you would buy tickets.
Mhm.
Do you remember my mom would give me money
Yeah.
and I'd buy tickets? And that's how I play the cakewalk.
And I don't know why I loved the duck
Oh, yeah.
pond. And you'd pick up a duck and look at the number on
That
the
was
bottom
literally
to be
the
like,
only thing you did.
yay, you get to pick out of these spider ring. It looked like you were going to the dentist, it was the spider
Or it
ring
was always
treasure
a
chest
new
stuff.
pencil that the bank had donated. You'd get a
Oh, yes, that was a big deal.
yes.
Oh, that reminds me too. Did y'all have a bookstore?
Yes,
We
I
had a
used to get to work at it
bookstore.
sometimes. Oh, I loved
I
the
did
bookstore.
too. When I was in 6th grade, the 6th graders ran the bookstore.
Yep.
And we would sell the cap erasers for a nickel or whatever they were. Oh, I thought I was
Ours
running
was-
the town.
Girl, I
Yeah.
loved it. If you had money for the bookstore, you were
Yeah.
you were something else, right? And it's like you
You could
said, the
get-
older kids got to run it, and there would be like notebooks and pencils and
Notebook
back
paper.
then the mechanical, you take the lead out and push it up the end to get the
Yeah,
new lead.
it came out of one end and pushed in.
Girl,
Yes.
I was all about
And
one of those.
we sold pencil pouches with zippers that would just rip your finger off.
God, I don't remember, but they'd have little
Well, they had the hole
erasers.
punch. They had the hole punches in them. You put them in your trapper keeper.
They were like plastic, thin plastic.
Awful.
Oh, yes, we had a bookstore. Now, in 6th grade, like you said, you got jobs, but you had to be
Yeah.
like your grades had to be certain, right? So,
Yeah.
one time my job, I think we rotated. I got to go around and the teachers would probably with a piece of scotch tape. I don't remember. They would stick a piece of paper on the outside of the door with the attendance on it. And that was one of our jobs was to go to each room and rip that piece of paper off and then turn them in the office, right?
Did you have to fold the tape down so
I
they
don't
didn't all stick
remember. I don't
together?
know. I mean, I don't think they were self-stick back then, but that was one of the
No.
jobs, and I thought it was so
Yeah.
cool. We'd walk the entire school and we'd snatch those things off. And if they
Yeah.
didn't have it, we'd have to knock on the door and ask them for their attendance.
Interrupt.
Well,
You would
yeah,
say, "Excuse me,
I felt
I need your
very,
attendance."
very official.
Well, one of my jobs as a sixth grader, not only or fifth, I don't remember, was we would put the flag up. And we'd clip it and
Mhm.
pull it up the pole, and then in the afternoon, you had to fold it and to a triangle, like correctly fold it. And I remember we had to leave class at 10 till, and the buses pulled in at, like, if it was 10 till 3, the buses came at 3, but they let us leave 10 minutes early to fold the flag.
Well, as
And,
another job I always aspired for was
mhm.
I wanted to be the person in the classroom that got to crank the film strips when the tape went beep, and then you went and you cranked the film strip and it went to the next one, and then it was like a read along book, but a film strip. And
Right. Or it would go, boop.
yeah, I wanted to I wanted
Crank
to
it.
crank the film strip. That's what I wanted. I
Mhm.
wanted to do that job too.
Well, I always wanted to turn the lights off and on. Like, why? What the heck?
I don't know, but I'm just thinking of all these things now. They don't have film strips anymore. That's not a thing. You just find a video on YouTube and show it.
Well, I do remember the televisions that we did have, which was a big deal to have one, because we would watch Channel 8 in Nashville. We would watch, it was some music show, and Friend, what was her name?
I don't remember.
Anyway, she was with WDCN, Channel 8, and we that woman taught music, and it was an approved Metro Schools show that we would watch.
But guys, we
And
had to check the TVs out of the library on a cart. We didn't have them.
it was on a pole, looked like a basketball goal. And you would roll it down it took 3 people.
Yeah, it was
in a
huge.
giant cabinet, and it had a hook latch, and you would unhook it and it would, open up, and
Oh, that's funny.
half the time it would not work.
Yep. But I didn't
And
care because
half
it
the
was
time-
wasting time. The longer it took the teacher to try to fix it, the less I had to do work. Okay. And that's where I just was in life. Right.
I wasn't paying attention because I'm sure I was jabbering. Like, what are you doing? Or, what was it? What's in your lunchbox? I was probably asking them for a Twinkie or something. Who knows?
So
Well,
our Mount Juliet
back to
Elementary. Oh, go ahead.
Back to the bookstore. I remember we had control over, we couldn't sell the skinny pencils to the first graders. We had to make them buy the fat pencils. Do you remember? They were like either
Oh,
green,
and those giant and the fat crayons. Yes.
green, red, or blue, and they were only allowed to buy them.
Which we now know isn't really great. They don't need to have fat pencils to learn to write.
I don't know.
Apparently, they thought our squishy fingers needed a larger utensil to hold.
I don't know.
Our playground at Mount Juliet Elementary, there were 2. So there was one like OG playground on the very end that I only remember playing on it a few times, and then we had one out back. But the playground equipment would be on like asphalt. So when you flew off the merry-go-round or you fell off the monkey bars, you were definitely breaking something, okay? And
That does not make sense.
it doesn't. I don't know who built it, but I was like, well, this is a death machine. So we had,
Oh,
and I hated the
dear.
merry-go-round because there was always some jerk that wanted to
Mhm.
run beside it and make you go as fast as you
Uh-huh. Yeah, and then you would be like holding on for dear life.
Oh, and the
Well-
seesaws were on the blacktops too. So if somebody let you go on that, you just fell to the ground.
I just remember we had an obstacle course, and we
Ooh,
had
fancy.
you would jump these hurdles, but they were literally like half of them were 8 inches. And then like if some, like we had that pea gravel
Mhm.
and if a big storm had come and water had washed away the rock, it was up a little higher. So we had some 4 inch, some 8 inch, some 10 inch, but on the side of it was a larger. So you could jump the smaller ones or the larger ones. I've
Oh,
always
okay.
opted for the smaller,
Oh, I thought you
so
were
I
gonna
knew
say
I could
larger so you
clear
could
them.
show off.
No, 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 no. I was not. No. And then I do remember this weird tube thing, and you would crawl through it on your knees, and I just remember it killing my kneecaps. I don't know what the
I
purpose
can't
was.
remember. I mean, we had the slide that would give you third-degree burns when you came down at the metal slide. And looking back, that thing was
Yes,
steep. Like we
very
had no
steep.
business even climbing, and the steps were skinny metal, and you'd get to the top. There was nothing holding you in.
And it was always coming out of the ground halfway. And our swings, I promise you, our swings, we would go as high as we could, and it would bump, and we'd be like, "Whoa!" And we just keep going.
Yeah.
And it was lifting out of the ground. They'd have to get
There was no
maintenance out there, I'm
mulch or
sure.
anything. Like if you got
Mm-mm.
hurt, you got
It was
hurt.
it was rock for sure.
Ah, that's funny.
Well, the weirdest part, not weirdest, but thing that was super distinct about elementary where I went versus where I taught, um, our art teacher would come into the classroom and do art activities with us. Now, the younger grades, like first grade, that was kind of part of the curriculum.
Yeah, I can't
We
remember
would,
having like an art teacher. I do. We
well,
had a music teacher.
well, that as well. Like she would come in and we'd all go to our cubbies and get our
Hmm.
xylophones out. And I still have my xylophone. It says Carol Garrett on it, and it has my teacher's name. And
I
I
loved playing
mean,
those little instruments.
yeah. But then I can remember it was a big deal when you got to third grade, you got to play the recorder, those black recorders. And you had it in a what? Like a plastic with a snap on it.
Did
And it would,
anybody ever really learn how to play the recorder?
I don't
Lewis had
know.
one. They did them at school when the kids were little. His was blue.
I don't understand. I mean, I get it. You're learning kind of the scales, but I'm not sure that that can take you very far if you perfect it in elementary. I
I
don't
always
know.
wanted to play the triangle. Bing.
Yeah, I love the
Well,
triangle.
it's easy. Or the jingle bells on the little.
I like the symbols. They had red plastic, and you'd run your fingers
Oh,
through
yeah.
them. They went,
Like that monkey that claps them together.
yeah, I loved my having music class, and at one point I took violin.
Oh,
The
did
teacher
you?
would come. She went around from school to school, and my poor parents, we had to go down to Hughley's in Madison Square,
They get you a violin. Did you just rim
and
one?
rent a violin. I'm like, Lord help. And
I didn't do band or anything. My parents spent all
so
their money on dance lessons, so I can't read music or anything like that.
well, I can't either. So a lot of good my recorder years did me.
Darn it. You could have been a world-class recorder player, whatever they might be called. Well,
I
you
don't
had talked
know.
about some things that don't have anything to do with school, childhood memories. Um,
Well, like field trips. I just remember going on field
oh,
trips were
yep.
so much different than now. Like now there's all these rules and
Yes.
you have to do all this. It's ridiculous. But
We
back
didn't have
in
as
the
many
day,
places to go back then, and I
we'd
bet we went
always
to
go
some of the
to,
same places. We got
yeah, we'd
10
always go
minutes,
to
girl.
children's theater. That was a big
The
deal.
Country
Go
Music
see,
Hall of Fame we went there a lot, at the original one. Do you remember
yeah.
that back?
Yeah, it seems like it was not, well, it isn't where it is now,
No, no,
obviously, but
no. It was much smaller, but we went there a
smaller.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it seems like, well, one that I specifically remember because yet again it involves food. We went to the Sunbeam factory out on Murfreesboro Road, and when we left, we all had those little Sunbeam hats, and they gave us a pack of rolls, dinner rolls to take home. And
I
I
don't
was
think we
so
ever got to go
excited.
there.
Well, I got home with them, and Mom cooked them, and we had them for dinner. I
That's a
just thought
fun
that
field
was,
trip.
yeah, I thought
We went to the Goo
that
Goo
is
factory.
awesome.
For
Well,
those of you
that's
that aren't
cool.
from here, Goo-Goos are made, and or they were made in Nashville. I don't know if they still are.
The Standard Candy Company, they are.
We would go to the
Yeah.
Goo-Goo
Did you get to
factory.
sample them?
Um, maybe I don't remember. I mean, probably. Who knows? Now you'd have to have 14 permission slips if somebody didn't eat a peanut on accident, or can't
Oh
have
my
chocolate. I don't
God.
remember. Maybe we might have got one to take home. Who knows?
Uh,
But
yeah, and again, speaking of food, that reminds me, my brother and his friends, I say, would bully me, but they would
yeah,
lie to me about they would lie to me when it was the popsicle man, we called it. I think you called it
the ice cream
ice
truck.
cream, ice cream truck.
Yeah,
But y'all, I mean, obviously that doesn't happen anymore, and that's really sad. I think now
it
it's
is
like a
sad, and it would.
ton of ice or
Yes, they
something.
don't have.
It's
I
not the
mean, there were
same.
still ice cream men when Lewis was little because they'd come through the neighborhood.
It was such a
The ice
cool.
cream has evolved some, but you would make like it would ensue panic because you could hear it a couple streets over, right? That
Playing this circus music.
and you'd
Yeah.
go running in from wherever you were outside,
Popsicle man.
asking your
Yeah.
mom, who then has to dig around for change because that's what it costs back then. Now it would be an arm and a leg,
I
and
think
you
it was
would
a quarter.
run out hoping you hadn't missed him or run down a few yards to the house wherever he was stopped. And my favorite thing to get, there were two.
Yep.
I either wanted the drumstick with the
Mm.
crushed peanuts,
Nutty Buddy.
Nutty Buddy,
Yes.
yeah. Or I wanted the pre-frozen snow cone. Do you know what I'm talking about? It had all the different.
Yes.
Those were my two favorites.
My favorite, my go-to was either the Bon Pop,
Okay.
the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Who knows what red dye, blue dye number
Eh,
2 was in
You're
it.
still living. It's okay.
Yeah. And the orange push-up.
Okay.
Oh,
My mother would
it
buy
was
those.
sherbet.
It was sherbet. But I have beef with those. Do you want to hear my beef?
Go for it.
I can remember my mom would buy those at the store. It must have been a big thing. And do they still make those?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look.
I've
Back
not
then, though,
seen-
y'all, I hated when you got to the end of it because it was cardboard and it would be,
yeah.
mushy when you'd get to the end
Yeah,
of it
yeah.
as you pushed up your. Oh, I forgot about those. I hadn't thought about that in a while.
push-up. Or my other favorite was ice cream sandwich. Even though now on Fridays, going back to cafeteria days, we were allowed to buy ice cream on Fridays, and I do believe it was 25 cents.
Gosh,
And I
don't
would work
remember.
all week to order my ice cream money, and I would get the ice cream sandwich because I could not eat the cup of ice cream with that wooden spoon. It would just gross me.
Who invented the wooden spoon for the cups of ice cream?
I
Ick.
do not know.
They're
because
gross. They still make
it
them,
gives me
y'all.
the chills. I know. It's
They still
so
have them.
gross.
I do remember getting the little cups of ice cream at school, but you always got that dumb wooden spoon and it was nasty.
Well, and it had that little like hump on it, and you would just pull it off, and you had to lick the lid. It was so good.
I feel like mine were also half melted all the time by the time I
They
got
were.
it.
They were. I'm sure the refrigeration system was out of date. But yeah, back to the popsicle man. My brother and his friends lied to me for years, and they would say, "Oh, that's just the music wagon." And I'm like,
So
"What
you
the
wouldn't get a
heck?"
treat? They didn't
I
want you to have
wouldn't
a
get a
treat?
treat, and they would hide and eat their popsicles. And he would always get something dumb like the double stick,
Oh,
just regular
boring
popsicle.
popsicles. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you were lying all that time telling me it was a music.
How much
wagon."
older was your brother than you?
2.5 years.
Oh, okay. We wasn't
No,
that much
three
older.
and 3.5. Sorry. Yeah, but I mean, he was old enough to be able to trick me, and I
Oh, forgot about the double stick. Do they still
"Oh."
make those? I'm gonna have to take a
I
trip
think
down the
they
ice
do.
cream aisle.
Because we would break them off. We would break them and have one in each hand.
Uh-huh.
Of course, it's all
I know. I was
drop coming down your arm.
just about to say popsicles are the worst to eat. They're messy.
They are.
I'm feeling like we need to bring back the ice cream truck.
Let's do it.
Let's get one, girl. Should we
Carol
make
and Stacy's.
Yeah, we'll take it on
Carol
the
and
road. But
Stacy's
can we pick
ice
a new song? I don't want that stupid
Yeah, it's a
protest
little
song. Can we get something cuter?
yeah, we could do, something
Okay,
jazz.
make a comment if you want Carol and Stacy to start an ice cream truck business. We'll drive around town and sell
Yeah.
y'all ice cream.
And we'll actually, if we get enough downloads, we'll get some sponsors and maybe we could get some ice cream companies to sponsor us and we could eat our ice cream.
No,
while
I can't
we-
even eat ice cream because it hurts my stomach, but I can
I
eat
know. Well,
popsicles.
it hurts my teeth because I'm old now and my teeth are, yeah.
I don't know. We might be onto something because, like
Sensitive.
you said, all that's left now. I mean, you get Kona ice. Well, how many Kona ices can you eat? Nothing against Kona ice. Y'all
No,
are
they're
great.
delicious.
but
It's just,
It's
that-
just that's
yeah.
what it is,
Yeah.
So once you've had one, you've had it. So
And the icy machine is still a big deal, but
where can you get an icy at? The
Well,
movies?
unfortunately, when we go at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital,
But
they
they have
have one
one.
in the, you can get a
Well,
free one.
you used to
there.
have them. So back, I mean, Kmart used to have them. Target used to have them, but now they
Yes.
don't have Kmart's not a thing anymore. Target just has
Mm-mm.
Starbucks. They don't have a snack bar anymore.
See, and I don't ever remember there being a place to get coffee growing up, ever,
No.
unless it was
People
Krispy
didn't drink
Kreme
coffee except
donuts.
at home, but in the morning, it wasn't a thing. Or after dinner,
Yeah,
we're driving around just chugging coffee all day.
I know. All right. Well, I guess we've covered the rest of our childhood.
I don't think we
memories.
even got to all of them. So
We didn't.
we'll
We
bring
didn't,
some
but-
more up eventually. Because I know there were other ones we had talked about. But
Yeah.
again, people, friends,
Yes.
our free time is almost up. So if y'all want
Yeah.
us to talk longer, we
Yeah.
need to like and comment and share our podcast so that we can film for longer because we are on the free version.
Yes.
But we love you
So-
guys and we appreciate everybody listening to us.
Yes, it's so much fun. Thank you for supporting us. And we want you to remember to not make a fist, start
Start
a list.
Bye, guys. See you next
See
time.
ya.